China's BYD is closing in on Tesla's EV throne, and the world is watching this electric rivalry unfold like never before. For years, Tesla has been the face of the electric car revolution, capturing imaginations and setting new standards in the automotive industry. Elon Musk positioned Tesla as not just a car company but a technology powerhouse, blending software, design, and sustainability into one futuristic package. But while Tesla was busy expanding globally, a powerful challenger was rising in the East. That challenger is BYD, a company that started with humble beginnings in battery technology and has now grown into a global electric vehicle juggernaut. To understand how BYD is catching up to Tesla, we need to look at what makes it so different. Unlike Tesla, which outsources many of its components, BYD builds almost everything in-house, from batteries and chips to electric motors. This vertical integration allows BYD to control costs, scale production faster, and weather global supply chain disruptions. In a world where battery shortages can delay entire production lines, BYD's control over its supply chain has become a powerful advantage. It's no coincidence that during global chip shortages, BYD continued to roll out vehicles while many competitors stalled. Tesla has long prided itself on innovation, with its autopilot system, over-the-air updates, and groundbreaking battery technologies. But BYD isn't simply copying Tesla, it's innovating in its own way. Its Blade battery has become a game-changer in the industry, offering greater safety, longer life cycles, and lower costs. In crash tests, the Blade battery has resisted punctures and fires that would have destroyed conventional lithium-ion packs. This kind of innovation positions BYD not only as a Tesla rival but also as a pioneer in battery technology, the very heart of the EV race. Another factor in BYD's rise is scale. In China, the world's largest car market, BYD has become the undisputed leader. Its lineup spans from affordable compact EVs that appeal to everyday drivers to premium luxury models designed to rival Tesla's Model S and Model X. The sheer diversity of BYD's portfolio gives it an edge over Tesla, which has focused on a smaller lineup. With cars like the BYD Dolphin, Qin, Tang, and Han, the company has something for nearly every market segment, from budget-conscious buyers to high-end enthusiasts. Tesla's brand carries global prestige, especially in Western markets, where it's viewed as a luxury status symbol. But BYD's approach is slightly different. It aims to normalize EV ownership by making electric vehicles accessible to the masses. Affordable pricing, strong government support in China, and BYD's reputation for reliability have helped it dominate domestically. And now, BYD is looking far beyond its home turf. The company has been aggressively expanding into Europe, Southeast Asia, South America, and even parts of Africa. In countries like Norway, a hotbed for EV adoption, BYD is already making waves with strong sales. The numbers tell the story more clearly. In recent quarters, BYD has actually overtaken Tesla in pure electric vehicle deliveries, making it the new global leader in sales volume. This is a stunning shift in an industry where Tesla was once thought untouchable. Of course, Tesla still maintains higher profit margins and a stronger foothold in software-driven features like full self-driving. But BYD's surge in production capacity and affordability is giving it momentum that even Tesla cannot ignore. Government policies also play a big role in this story. The Chinese government has heavily supported its domestic EV industry, offering subsidies, incentives, and infrastructure to help companies like BYD scale. This has created an ecosystem where innovation thrives and competition accelerates. Tesla, while still respected in China, faces an uphill battle in a market where BYD feels right at home and enjoys policy advantages. Outside of China, governments in Europe and Asia are also increasingly open to BYD's entry, giving the company a global springboard. But the battle between Tesla and BYD isn't just about cars. It's about who will define the future of mobility. Tesla has positioned itself as a leader in self-driving technology, global charging infrastructure, and energy storage solutions. BYD, on the other hand, is playing to its strengths in mass production, affordability, and battery technology. Both companies are shaping the EV market in different ways, and their competition is accelerating the shift away from fossil fuels faster than anyone expected. The rivalry also highlights a deeper trend, the East versus West dynamic in the automotive industry. For over a century, Western automakers dominated global car markets. But now, with the rise of Chinese EV manufacturers like BYD, the balance of power is shifting. This isn't just about selling cars, it's about setting global standards for technology, energy, and mobility. Tesla lit the fire, but BYD is proving that China can take that fire and spread it across the globe. Consumers ultimately stand to benefit from this competition. More options, better technology, safer batteries, and lower prices are all byproducts of Tesla and BYD trying to outdo each other. A decade ago, electric cars were seen as niche, expensive, and impractical. Today, thanks in part to Tesla's vision and BYD's relentless expansion, EVs are mainstream. The question now is, who will lead in the next decade? Will Tesla maintain its edge in innovation and brand prestige, or will BYD's massive scale and affordability push it to the top permanently? One thing is certain, the EV throne is no longer Tesla's alone. China's BYD is closing in, and the clash between these two giants will define the future of the automotive world. This isn't just a race between two companies, it's a battle for dominance in one of the most transformative industries of our time. Tesla and BYD may be battling for the same crown, but they are playing very different games to get there. Tesla's strategy has always been rooted in disruption. Build something so advanced, so futuristic, that the rest of the industry has no choice but to follow. Elon Musk framed Tesla as more than just an automaker. It became a cultural phenomenon, a status symbol for those who wanted to signal innovation, success, and sustainability. Driving a Tesla wasn't just about owning a car, it was about joining a movement. BYD, however, has built its empire through a very different philosophy. While Tesla chased prestige and cutting-edge technology, BYD chased practicality, scalability, and affordability. Where Tesla aims to make the best EVs in the world, BYD wants to make EVs for the world. This subtle but powerful difference has allowed BYD to capture a much larger share of middle-class buyers, especially in markets where affordability is the deciding factor. And this is where the contrast becomes fascinating. Tesla has long been criticized for not yet delivering its much-promised $25,000 EV, while BYD is already selling affordable models that fall below that price point. In China, a family can walk into a dealership and drive away in a brand new BYD EV for less than what some people in the US spend on a used gasoline car. This democratization of electric mobility is a powerful weapon, one that gives BYD an edge in regions where average incomes are lower and affordability is everything. But affordability isn't the whole story, quality matters, too. And this is where BYD has shocked critics. For years, Chinese cars were dismissed as cheap, low-quality copies of Western brands. Today, BYD's vehicles are proving those stereotypes wrong. Sleek designs, competitive performance, advanced infotainment systems, and cutting-edge safety technologies have transformed BYD's reputation. In fact, many reviewers in Europe have praised BYD's EVs for their build quality, often saying they feel just as premium as Tesla's, if not more in certain aspects. Meanwhile, Tesla continues to lead in areas where BYD hasn't yet caught up: software, data, and global branding. Tesla's autopilot and full self-driving systems remain ahead of most of the industry in terms of capability, even if they are still controversial and unfinished. Tesla's ability to deliver over-the-air updates and improve vehicles long after they've been sold is a huge differentiator. And perhaps most importantly, Tesla has built a global charging network, the supercharger system, that is unrivaled in reach and reliability. This ecosystem is something BYD is only beginning to expand outside of China. But here's the critical twist: BYD may not need to match Tesla on every front to take the lead. In the end, most buyers don't need self-driving or flashy tech. What they need is an affordable, reliable, safe, and efficient electric vehicle they can count on. BYD delivers exactly that, and it delivers it in volume. And the volume is staggering. BYD has built massive gigafactories across China, capable of producing not just cars but the batteries and chips that power them. These factories aren't just large, they are optimized for scale. While Tesla is building out production in the US and Europe, BYD already has a head start in sheer output. The company can flood markets with vehicles at a pace that Tesla simply cannot match yet. This advantage in scale becomes even more significant when you consider the future of global EV adoption. Nations around the world are racing to electrify their transportation sectors, often with ambitious government mandates to phase out gasoline cars entirely. That means millions upon millions of EVs will need to be produced in the next decade. BYD's ability to churn out affordable vehicles at scale positions it perfectly to dominate in this environment. In markets like Southeast Asia, South America, and Africa, Tesla is still largely a niche luxury brand. BYD, on the other hand, is entering with models that are priced within reach of ordinary families. In countries like Thailand and Brazil, BYD is rapidly becoming a household name. The company has even begun exporting its buses and commercial EVs globally, further cementing its presence in sectors beyond passenger cars. Meanwhile, Tesla's biggest challenge is maintaining its aura of innovation while scaling production. The Cybertruck is Tesla's boldest attempt to stay ahead of the curve, but it's also one of its riskiest bets. If it succeeds, it could redefine pickup trucks. If it fails, it risks becoming a distraction while competitors like BYD continue expanding steadily. This leads to a bigger question. Will Tesla continue to define the future of EVs, or will BYD reshape the industry by making EVs truly universal? The throne isn't just about who sells more cars, it's about who sets the rules for the next era of mobility. Tesla wrote the first chapter of the EV revolution, but BYD is determined to write the next one. And as we look to the future, the competition is only going to get more intense. Tesla is expanding into new markets with factories in Germany and Mexico, while BYD is planning new plants in Europe and Southeast Asia. Both companies are investing heavily in next-generation batteries, with Tesla pushing solid-state research and BYD perfecting its blade battery technology. Both are eyeing new vehicle categories from affordable compact cars to futuristic trucks and even autonomous ride-sharing fleets. This isn't just a rivalry, it's a collision of two visions. One vision, Tesla's, is about pushing the limits of technology, automation, and futuristic design. The other vision, BYD's, is about scale, accessibility, and practical dominance. Both approaches have merit and both are driving the EV industry forward faster than anyone imagined. The throne of the EV world is no longer guaranteed. For the first time, Tesla faces a rival that is not only catching up but, in some ways, already ahead. China's BYD is closing in, and the outcome of this battle will define not just who sells the most cars, but who shapes the very future of transportation. And so the story goes deeper. To truly understand why BYD is closing in on Tesla's EV throne, we have to rewind the clock and see how these two companies arrived at this historic showdown. Tesla was founded in 2003 with the bold mission to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. At the time, electric cars were dismissed as slow, impractical, and boring. But Tesla shattered that image with the Roadster in 2008, proving an EV could be sexy, fast, and desirable. This was followed by the Model S in 2012, a luxury sedan that redefined the auto industry. For many years, Tesla seemed untouchable. Traditional automakers underestimated the electric wave, and startups couldn't match Tesla's innovation. Meanwhile, in China, BYD was walking a very different path. Founded in 1995, it didn't even start as a car company. It began as a rechargeable battery manufacturer. BYD supplied batteries to phones, laptops, and other electronics. That experience gave it a mastery of one of the most crucial technologies of our time, energy storage. By the early 2000s, BYD entered the automotive world, at first producing gasoline-powered cars. But its true focus was always clear: electric mobility. While Tesla was dazzling Silicon Valley and Wall Street, BYD was quietly experimenting with plug-in hybrids and fully electric models. By the mid-2010s, BYD became a leader in China's booming EV market, supported by strong government subsidies and a massive domestic consumer base hungry for affordable alternatives to gas cars. Unlike Tesla, which pursued a top-down strategy, starting with luxury and working toward mass market, BYD embraced a bottom-up approach, producing affordable cars first before moving up to premium offerings. This strategic divergence is why the two companies complement and compete with each other in such fascinating ways. Tesla built a cult-like following and premium brand recognition across the globe. BYD built trust at home with ordinary drivers, bus companies, and taxi fleets. Today, if you visit cities across China, you'll see BYD taxis, BYD buses, and BYD delivery vans everywhere. This mass presence embedded BYD into daily life long before Tesla entered the market. Fast forward to today, and their paths have collided on the global stage. Tesla still dominates the US market and remains aspirational in Europe. But BYD has overtaken Tesla in China and is rapidly gaining international ground. In fact, some analysts believe that BYD is better positioned for long-term dominance because of its diversified portfolio. It doesn't just make EVs, it makes batteries, solar panels, and even monorails. BYD isn't just an automaker, it's an ecosystem builder. Tesla, of course, isn't standing still. Its gigafactories are expanding worldwide, from Nevada to Texas, Berlin, and soon Mexico. Each factory is a temple of automation, designed to churn out hundreds of thousands of vehicles annually. Tesla's focus on software remains a major advantage. Features like over-the-air updates keep cars fresh long after purchase. In contrast, most BYD vehicles still rely on more traditional dealership service models. Yet, the one word that defines BYD's rise is scale. In 2024, BYD produced more vehicles than Tesla, a feat many thought impossible a few years ago. And it's not just about selling more units, it's about the sheer speed at which BYD can respond to demand. When governments announce EV incentives, BYD is ready to flood the market with models that match consumer budgets. Tesla, with its smaller lineup and higher prices, can't always react as quickly. Another underappreciated strength of BYD is its global expansion strategy. Instead of just focusing on premium Western markets, BYD is targeting regions where Tesla has limited reach. In Southeast Asia, BYD is rapidly becoming the default EV choice. In Latin America, its buses and electric cars are gaining traction. In Africa, BYD's affordable EVs are often the only realistic choice for consumers. Tesla, by comparison, remains concentrated in North America, Europe, and China. And here's where the bigger picture comes in. The EV market isn't just about rich consumers buying high-tech cars. It's about billions of people around the world who will eventually need to switch from gasoline to electric. The company that captures these emerging markets may ultimately control the throne. In this regard, BYD has a powerful advantage. At the same time, Tesla's strength lies in influence. Tesla has already shaped consumer perception, forcing legacy automakers to go electric. Ford, Volkswagen, GM, Mercedes, BMW, all of them accelerated their EV programs because of Tesla's disruption. BYD has been hugely successful, but it hasn't yet reshaped Western competitors in the same way. Tesla still defines the narrative, even if BYD is quietly overtaking in numbers. So what happens next? That's where things get even more interesting. Both Tesla and BYD are betting on new technologies to secure their future dominance. Tesla is working on its long-promised affordable EV, rumored to be priced around $25,000. If Tesla delivers, it could strike directly at BYD's biggest strength, affordability. On the other hand, BYD is expanding its luxury lineup with brands like Denza and Yangwang, aiming directly at Tesla's high-end customers. Then there's the matter of autonomy. Tesla is aggressively pushing toward full self-driving, with Elon Musk promising robotaxis in the near future. If Tesla succeeds, it could leapfrog the competition entirely, transforming cars into revenue-generating machines. BYD is more cautious, focusing on practical driver assist features but not making bold autonomy promises. This divergence could shape the battlefield in the next decade. And let's not forget infrastructure. Tesla's supercharger network is one of its greatest weapons. Drivers know they can travel across the US or Europe with reliable charging stops. BYD doesn't yet have this global infrastructure, but as more governments and private companies build public charging stations, that gap may shrink. Ultimately, this isn't just Tesla versus BYD. It's a glimpse into the future of global power dynamics. The West birthed Tesla, a pioneer that changed the world. China nurtured BYD, a powerhouse that could now dominate it. For the first time in automotive history, a Chinese automaker has a real chance of seizing global leadership, something that seemed unthinkable only a decade ago. The next chapter of this rivalry will likely be written in emerging markets. Places where millions of families are buying their first EV. Places where infrastructure is being built from scratch. Places where affordability matters more than prestige. Tesla's future depends on whether it can finally deliver affordable cars at scale. BYD's future depends on whether it can build a global brand with the same allure Tesla commands. The battle is far from over, but one thing is certain: the EV throne is no longer Tesla's alone. The crown is contested, the momentum is shifting, and the world is witnessing an automotive rivalry unlike anything we've seen before. As we step back and look at the bigger picture, it's clear that the electric vehicle revolution is no longer a one-man show. Tesla may have sparked the fire, but BYD has turned it into a global blaze. One company thrives on innovation, brand power, and futuristic vision, while the other thrives on scale, affordability, and accessibility. Together, they are pushing the industry further, faster than anyone imagined. The real winners of this rivalry are not just Tesla or BYD, it's the millions of drivers around the world who now have more choices, better technology, safer batteries, and cleaner energy powering their journeys. The EV throne is no longer guaranteed to Tesla, and BYD's rise proves that the balance of power in the automotive world is shifting. This isn't just a competition between two companies, it's a clash of philosophies: East versus West, luxury versus accessibility, vision versus volume. And the story is far from over. The next decade will decide who truly claims the crown. Will Tesla maintain its status as the face of innovation, or will BYD's unstoppable momentum rewrite the rules of the global auto industry? One thing is certain: the battle for the EV throne has only just begun. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the battle between Tesla and BYD, make sure to hit that like button, it really helps the channel grow. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest stories about the future of cars, technology, and innovation. Now I want to hear from you. Who do you think will claim the EV throne? Will Tesla's innovation keep it on top, or will BYD's unstoppable rise change the game forever? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's start the discussion. The electric revolution is moving fast, and here on this channel, you'll always be the first to know where it's heading next.